Alright folks, buckle up, because today we're diving into some massive Battlefield 6 news that's been making waves across the gaming community. If you've been waiting for this next entry in the series, you're not alone. A recent leak from a Battlefield Labs playtest is bringing back a feature that fans have been begging for ever since Battlefield 1. And honestly, it's one of those little details that makes a huge difference when it comes to immersion. We're talking about your weapons actually getting caked in mud, dirt, and even a bit of blood during battle. It might sound small, but trust me, this is the kind of detail that players remember. And with Battlefield 6 just a month away, excitement is already hitting an all-time high. Now here's the deal. This feature was a big hit back in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, but then it completely disappeared in Battlefield 2042. Players noticed right away that the sense of realism just wasn't the same without it. In the leaked clip, which surfaced on Reddit, you can literally see the before and after difference. A shiny, pristine gun at the start of battle versus a mud-caked beast of a weapon after surviving the chaos. It doesn't change gameplay, but visually, it sells the idea that you've been in the thick of the fight. For a franchise that prides itself on immersion, this is a huge win if it makes it into the final release. What's important to point out, though, is that just because this feature showed up in a playtest doesn't guarantee it's going to ship on launch day. Developers sometimes test mechanics that never make it to the final game. But paired with the news that Battlefield 6 is bringing back deeper environmental destruction, something that many fans felt was missing in Battlefield 2042, the game seems to be shaping up as a true return to form. Battlefield Studios is clearly listening to feedback, and that's exactly what players want to see. If you've been missing those classic Battlefield 3 and 4 vibes, this could be the sequel you've been waiting for. But that's not all. Another big discussion point is Battlefield 6's decision to skip ray tracing at launch. According to the developers, this wasn't an oversight. It was a deliberate choice. The technical director at Ripple Effect explained that the team wanted to prioritize performance and optimization over flashy features that only a small percentage of players could actually use. During the beta, a meaningful percentage of players were running the game on minimum specs or below. So from a business perspective, it made sense to make sure Battlefield 6 runs smoothly for as many people as possible instead of focusing on cutting-edge visuals that most won't even see. Now that decision might disappoint some players with high-end rigs who are hoping to see ray tracing shine in massive battles. But the developers were upfront. They made the call early on and don't plan to add ray tracing in the near future. Their philosophy is simple. Battlefield is all about large-scale chaos. And the last thing they want is performance drops that ruin the flow of battle. After all, when you're in the middle of a 128-player firefight with buildings crumbling around you, stability matters way more than reflections in puddles. And honestly, most players seem to agree with this approach. Speaking of new content, the leaks didn't stop with dirty weapons and missing ray tracing. About 9 minutes of gameplay from Battlefield 6's upcoming Battle Royale mode also surfaced online. The footage shows off a massive map, destructible environments, and plenty of gadgets, like grenades, zip lines, and even a sledgehammer for smashing down walls. If this sounds familiar, it should. Battlefield 5 experimented with its own take on the genre back in 2018 with Firestorm, but that mode never really took off. This time, however, the team seems committed to making Battle Royale a major part of Battlefield 6's identity. The leaked Battle Royale footage highlights some pretty interesting details. For example, players can swim across rivers, demolish entire walls with a couple of swings, and even use ladders as portable tools to change up vertical gameplay. It's still unclear whether this mode will be bundled with the main Battlefield 6 release or offered as a standalone product. But one thing is clear, the developers want to put their own Battlefield spin on the formula. With destructible environments and the series' trademark large-scale battles, this could be the shakeup the Battle Royale genre needs to stay fresh. And it's not just about future modes. The connection between Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield 6 is stronger than ever. EA has rolled out the Road to Battlefield 6 event inside 2042, where players can grind for cosmetics that will carry over into the new game. On top of that, the September 9 patch for Battlefield 2042 fixed a number of lingering weapon and gadget issues, while adding progression tweaks to make it easier to finish the current Battle Pass. So, if you're still playing 2042, you're not just wrapping up one chapter, you're preparing for the next. Of course, the big question is, will Battlefield 6 deliver at launch? The franchise has had some rocky rollouts in the past, with technical issues and missing features hurting player trust. But the buzz around playtest leaks, combined with the studio's transparency about performance and anti-cheat measures, suggests that this time around, they're aiming to get things right. With larger maps, more destructibility, a revamped Battle Royale mode, and immersive cosmetic features like dirt buildup, the game has the potential to remind fans why they fell in love with Battlefield in the first place. So here's where we land. Battlefield 6 drops October 10th on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS, and it's shaping up to be one of the most important entries in the franchise in years. Whether you're excited about the return of mud-caked weapons, the bigger and better maps, or the brand new Battle Royale, one thing is for sure. Battlefield is about to be the talk of the gaming world again. Until then, keep grinding out those cosmetics in Battlefield 2042, and maybe sign up for the Battlefield Labs testing program if you want an early look at what's coming. This is going to be one wild ride, and we'll be right here covering every update. Stay tuned.